Monday Night Raw hot takes. This is where I ask your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes, if you will, for the previous episode of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and or PLE. So let's get going. Jamie K, not a hot take, but a question. Who do you think should drop the first F-bomb once WWE moves to Netflix? He says Brock Lesnar. That is an interesting question. Should I just do a video on that? Let me just answer this one. I hope we don't fall back on just because we're allowed to, we're going to use it. I don't want blood and guts or just F-bombs here and there all over the place on Netflix. Just because we can get M rating or do whatever we want on Netflix, I don't want that. But if I had to say who should the first F-bomb be, R-Truth. R-Truth, it would just be funny. Just like the first F-bomb in this Disney franchise comes from Chris Pratt, and it's about, like, opening a car door. It's just humorous, and because it's the first one, you know, kind of make it special. So I'm just gonna go R-Truth, but you're right, Brock would be more believable, but yeah. Or maybe Paul Heyman would be most believable, but R-Truth would be very, very funny. We got TTJC asking, saying, I thought Dom already won a #1 contenders match. So Adam Pearce was just like, he thought the notion of Dom being the #1 contenders match was so absurd, he said, fine, I tell you what, if you can win your match against this guy, well, then you can be in the #1 contenders match. So it did sound like it was, but if you go back, it wasn't really. Tis Mickey, everything Sami has said so far is truth. So why is Jimmy so mad at Sami and saying he is a family, like they aren't uniting to fight Solo? Their own brother. You know what? Yeah, right. Where's blood is thicker than water with Solo? Why is only blood thicker than water with Jey coming back to Jimmy and Roman? Tis Mickey, I love this. This might be comment of the day. I was getting attacked last week when I was like, I can't believe Jey Uso said that. And I wish I would have had this in my pocket. This is a brilliant comment and commentary, Tis Mickey. Where is blood is thicker than water as Jimmy is fighting his own brother, his little brother, Solo Sikoa. So yeah, Tis Mickey, already, I'm just calling it comment of the video. In the midst of a hot take video, let's do a cold take. Cold take, this will look amazing on you. Why is that a cold take? Because it's obvious. That is an obvious truth that this belt would look amazing on you. And how do you win it? All you gotta do is comment below. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give this belt away. I'll do a live stream. I'll send it out to you. Free shipping, free everything. Ask It's Moneybird. Ask her if I send out what I say I will. I got a shirt sent out to her right now, and I will send this belt to you. Help me hit 10,000 subscribers. Why am I giving away the belt? To help me hit 10,000 subscribers, because I want to become full-time. To be full-time would be the dream. I'll quit my job, go full-time, make videos day in, day out. Look at yesterday. I did 2 videos yesterday just because I just have so much content that I want to get out there. Please help me out by just engaging in the channel, hitting the notification button, all those good things. I know, Ken, you sound like you're begging. I am begging. You want me to really beg? Please, please, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button. I'm not above begging. I'm not above bribing. Get this belt in your collection by just whatever means necessary. Guys, girls, let's get to the next hot take comment. Candy Marmain, I can't wait for the War Games. Sami being involved feels like old times, and I'm glad that Roman put Solo Sikoa over. It shows that he will do anything for his family. A lot of people are like, Roman is over. He is done. Maybe he should quit. You know what? No, he shouldn't. And I'm not trying to make fun of you guys. Like, I've been there. Like, I have been in your shoes when something happens that just completely rocks my world in a wrestler getting pinned that shouldn't get pinned or whatever. It's like, you want to just, especially a hot take. So don't ever be embarrassed that your hot take is something that maybe you're not like thinking of a week from now. These are hot takes. These are visceral reactions. And yeah, I am glad that Roman put over Solo Sikoa because he will do anything for family. It shows that. Roman has taken how many pins in the last, 5 years, 4 years as part of the Bloodline? Not very many. And what's he supposed to do? Just never lose again? Never put over the next generation? That's what wrestlers are supposed to do. Roman's probably on his last real full-time schedule. And you're like, this isn't full-time. This is full-time for Roman Reigns. After WrestleMania, he's probably going to go on the Undertaker career path where he only shows up at Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. And like it or not, that's probably what's going to happen. So Roman is putting people over right now. And what if he didn't put over Solo Sikoa? What are we supposed to do at War Games? Oh, yeah, we just beat you a month ago, but we're going to do it again now in a cage. Christian Jasso, so glad Dragon Lee won. Future Intercontinental Champion, hopefully. Yeah, I'm split and torn between this. I am very glad Dragon Lee won. However, I just don't get it. I just don't get what we're doing with Chad Gable. It's just like, the dude can't catch a break. He turns heel. He was so hot. He was so freaking hot. Him and Otis, him with the Wyatts. It was like a head scratcher, but that could have been red hot. And then, I don't know, he just loses. Then he has the American-made promos. And those are like cheesy, but cheesy in all the good ways. And then he loses to the LWO. It's like, what is going on here? So for Dragon Lee, I am very happy. I'm very happy that a Mexican with a mask not named Rey Mysterio is getting a push. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm not happy that Chad Gable is just continuously losing. I will say this though, it's part of a larger feud, so I do get it, and you know, it is what it is at this point. If I get too invested in a Chad Gable match, it's just gonna hurt my heart. Can't pronounce the name. Seth freaking Rollins or Damian Priest. Looks like Damian Priest. Was that the right call? Honestly, I thought it was going to be Sheamus, especially when Bronson Reed started coming out. Bronson Reed, though, yeah, that was amazing. I love that Bronson Reed came and decimated the entire main event scene. And I thought it would have been a really good opportunity for Sheamus to get back into the title picture. That's what they seemed like they were doing anyways with Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus, but apparently that's not over yet. But Damian Priest, that's not a bad one. I feel, though, that the Damian Priest getting back into the main event scene, we're going to get a repeat of SummerSlam, and Finn Balor is going to show up once more. Do I want Finn Balor and Damian Priest to continue? No, but that's what I think is going to happen. Christian Jasso, not a hot take, but I wanted to know who you'd choose to defeat every champion. That's a great question. I'm just going to do a hot take video, just a separate solo video on that. Watch out for it, maybe Thursday or Friday. Acknowledge Me says, hot take, WrestleFlop should acknowledge me, and you, WrestleFlop, you can't cut a promo. You're not on my level. I can cut promos and can consistently put banger matches. Tell you what, I will cut a better promo when you start using better punctuation. Negligence. Jey and Jimmy switching roles goes to show just how much this family has been torn apart in the last 4 years, and it's all due to the man who they believed could lead him, and I think he's referring to the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Yeah, they completely have switched roles. Jey and Jimmy. Jimmy was the one that always was welcoming and loving on Sami Uso, and Jey hated. Boy, did he hate Sami. This was so good. This was so good. I loved Jey Uso tonight. I've already done a video, actually. I did a hot take 2-minute video. Go watch it. I'll put it up in the screen or something. It was everything. Jey Uso, I'm so glad he admitted that he was wrong last week when he said Sami wasn't family, and he was like, come on, man, let's just do this. Yeah, and now a complete role reversal. I don't know why Jimmy is hating on Sami so much. Maybe though, I think he did kind of allude to it, the fact that the family started falling apart when Sami kind of got involved, or maybe when Sami exited the Bloodline. I believe Roman Reigns was the real catalyst, how he treated everybody, because Roman Reigns was a master at gaslighting. Hey, this is wrestling. You can say these kind of things and still absolutely love the character. You can love heinous, hideous characters, or characters who do heinous, hideous things, and Roman did it. Let's just call a spade. We can still love Roman now, and he's on his redemption tour too. So, you know, we can love Roman, just like last week. Jey said horrible things to Sami Uso, and yet we can still love him, but then we can cheer him even more when Jey realizes the bad things that he said and apologizes. Jey is pretty. Io Sky winning the #1 contendership was the right move. Also, we're planting the scenes of Jade and Bianca was chef's kiss. I agree. I agree. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad when Liv Morgan pulled Bianca and Jade, basically pulled them both over the ropes because they were teasing the breakup. I didn't think they'd be teasing the breakup this soon. I thought it would be Royal Rumble, but it makes sense that they started teasing it here so it could happen at Rumble. But the tease has started. This match is happening now at WrestleMania, and I cannot wait. But Io Sky winning, yeah, that was probably the right call. That really was the right call, especially the road we went down with Bianca and Jade Cargill. And I'm just so happy that Liv Morgan is having other storylines right now, because I'll tell you what, tonight I really enjoyed Liv Morgan so much more. This was the Liv Morgan that was actually before Rhea came back. I like this Liv Morgan more so. Not just this chicken heel, but this, I don't know, this annoying, this really annoying person, because she was so freaking annoying tonight, but it was great. It was a good kind of annoying. It was the kind of annoying that I just want to boo, not turn off my TV. The smartest idiot. Dominik won the match. The ref was paid off and did a slow count. All caps. I wish Dom would have won too. There was a moment. There really was a moment after Bronson Reed had taken out the entire main event scene and Dominik comes in. I was like, are they about to do this? Now, I didn't want Dominik to win and then go on to headline Survivor Series, but I wanted him to win and go on and in 2 weeks have a match against Gunther and get completely destroyed. But it would have been just so funny and so amazing these 2 weeks going in with Dominik Mysterio as your number one contender. I remember one time Zack Ryder became the number one contender to Randy Orton. Randy Orton was like, I'm going to pick my own number one contender, and he picked Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder was like a career jobber right now. Although he is now Matt Cardona on the independent scene, and he has proven that you don't need WWE to actually have a viable living. And, sidebar, he is Chelsea Green's husband. Anyway, so Zack Ryder, who's this delusional jobber, he became the number one contender because Randy didn't want to fight anybody. And it was just so funny that after that, Zack Ryder would go up to people and he'd be like, as a former number one contender. And that's what Dominik Mysterio could have done. And I just thought it would have been just amazing and funny. And then we could have reinserted Damian or somebody else in there. Just kind of a missed opportunity, not a huge one. I guess also, though, the downfall of that would be Gunther would be the babyface in that situation, and it already seems like they're teasing babyface Gunther, and I don't want babyface Gunther, so, yeah, you know, probably the right call. Maybe not. I don't know. A funny 2 weeks of Dominik being the number one contender, though, you know, just the possibility that he could have been champion. The world isn't ready. The world just isn't ready for the machismo of a world champion Dominik Mysterio. Deville Stewart, when it comes to the Women's Battle Royal for the Women's World Championship, I am so glad Io Sky won. She is so good in the ring and underrated superstar. It seems like a lot of people are on the Io Sky bandwagon. I'm really happy for her. I took notice of you, not during your championship reign. I'm not going to lie here. I was not a huge fan. I didn't not like you. I just didn't really care. When you beat Bianca like a couple months ago, though, that's when I started to notice you, so I'm very happy to see what you can do now. I'm looking at this feud from fresh eyes. I don't really care about her previous title reign as Damage Control. I'm caring about what's going to happen right now, and I am enjoying Io Sky, and I really like her promos, even though she's like a pure Japanese character or person, and she doesn't really cut like, you know, English promos. It doesn't really affect it though, because I can see the passion that she puts out there. So I kind of actually don't care that she doesn't speak English and I don't understand. I like how she presents herself. Deville Stewart, this is such a great storyline because remember the night of the Uso promo was gold. When Jey said Sami wasn't part of the bloodline because he wasn't family or blood. Love the duo of Sami and Jey Uso. Yeah, it felt like old times. It literally felt like when Sami was there before making those promos so good. And I loved that even in Saudi Arabia, we still got the Usi chant. Not Uso, Usi. That was just a great segment, and it did harken back to the peak times of the Bloodline, and I am just all for it. Red Rock, I really didn't care for Damian Priest winning tonight. It's just a plot device to get Gunther a clean win against Priest to make up for the fact that Gunther didn't win the belt clean. You know what? I didn't think of that, and you could be right here. With Gunther, it seems like they backtrack to get Gunther the win, a clean win. They did it with Randy Orton because that was that botch ending at King of the Ring, so they had another match, and that kind of erased that all thoughts that Gunther didn't win clean. Then Sami Zayn is the only one on the main roster to ever beat Gunther, and they went back on that as well, and now Gunther he's beaten everybody who's ever beaten him. Joe, let's go EO! Okay, another EO fan. EO Sky, you're doing something right. Keep it up. Damian King, Dom winning a number one contenders match for a number one contender match is some AEW booking. AEW, I just might leave it as that. That's funny. That's funny, Damian King. Yeah, I mean, I do see the point of doing it with Dominik Mysterio because, again, Adam Pearce was like, no way I'm going to put him in a number one contender match. He doesn't deserve a number one contender match. But, tell you what, I'm just so sick and annoyed of you, the cleaner Carlito. I'll give you what you want. If he can win this, he can get to that. And then if he can get to that, he can get there. So I get why they did it in this storyline. Now, if they start doing it for every storyline, well, then we might have some eyebrows raised. Alan Serpenta, I think we just witnessed that Dom can contend for gold. Yeah, the audience was really into Dominik Mysterio winning. I was very into Dominik Mysterio winning. Definitely go for it. Come on, do it. Pull the trigger. And do they connect with him winning the gold? I don't know, but it was definitely a moment like that harkens back to Santino almost winning the Royal Rumble, Santino almost winning the Elimination Chamber, or yeah, it was just like really just, are they going to let this kind of comedic character do it? Are they actually going to pull the trigger and give him his moment? It harkened back to that. Dominik isn't as comedic as Santino or R-Truth, but he's definitely in that realm of just absurdity of a character in that, like, you know, he goes to jail for 3 hours and now he says, I'm a hardened prisoner. So he's very comedic, and let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance to go for the title soon. Just on Raw. It doesn't have to be a PLE, but let's give him a chance. The fans, we wanted it. Cam Nami, EO should dethrone Liv. That, more EO fans, but I don't think it'll happen. I think the bigger feud here is going to be Bianca and Jade now versus Liv and Raquel Rodriguez. That'll probably happen after EO and Liv. You never know, but yeah, I'm thinking Liv wins this to make her championship run look better and healthier, and then she goes on to a kind of tag team feud with Bianca and Jade that allows Liv to not really lose her title, and she's probably going to be the catalyst, the evil seed planter in breaking Jade and Bianca apart when we do get to the Rumble. Metal Mayhem, Jey Uso. I ain't gonna say it again. The more I see this storyline, the more I think I might be onto something. Just remember what you said if my prediction comes true. You know how we kind of think that The Rock is pulling the strings on Solo Sikoa? He actually thinks it's Jey Uso. I just don't think so. Metal Mayhem, I don't think so, but I love that you are holding fast to that theory. I held fast to a theory that the Wyatt Six were actually after Jey Uso. You can go back and you can watch a lot of those videos, and I was 100% wrong. I think you are too, Metal Mayhem, but, you know, keep that faith alive, brother. Isabel Menina, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn kiss. All right. You know what? They're having a bromance here. Give them a break. Jimmy K, Jade versus Bianca will be a bigger letdown than Jimmy versus Jey. Ooh, ouch, that says something because Jimmy versus Jey was absolutely horrible. Love you, Jey, but your match at WrestleMania against your brother, such a letdown. I could have used like about 20 less super kicks. Honestly, I bet Jade and Bianca will be good because I think Bianca could carry that match. I think they'll practice a lot beforehand. However, if they do break up and they do have their match, that means every match after will be a letdown by Jade based on your comment. I think Jade's going to be good, though. I have high hopes for her, but I see what you're saying, Jamie. What you are saying are my fears, but I'm just I'm just really hoping that that's not the case. And maybe I'm a little blind by my love of Jade and Bianca, but I'm just going to put my hope in this one. Damian Hart, off-topic question. If Randy beats Cody, will he automatically be a 16-time world champion since the undisputed title still represents both WWE and Universal Championship? Interesting question, but no, it just counts as one championship, not two. Come at me now, look, my Kane shirt. That's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. That was on the MVP video. However, every time I get an excuse to say, that's gotta be Kane, I'm gonna jump on that. WTH patch. I just love how well they booked Bronson Reed. Papa H is cooking with him. Yeah, Bronson Reed? Like, I do MVP videos every month, and he never quite makes it as the monthly MVP. But if I were to do, like, a 3-month time period, then he probably would be the MVP of a 3-month time period, because he just kind of, like, nonchalantly goes through every Raw and just causes so much chaos and destruction. And here he is, completely decimating the main event scene. Sheamus, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins, he took them all out. I love that. Bronson Reed was almost a mid-card jobber at the beginning of the year, and now here he is, literally destroying the main event scene of Raw. Just amazing stuff. WTH match. Dominik should have won and should have been #1 contender for WWE's most tastiest chicken tendies. He would win that match. Chicken tendies on a pole match, that's the match that Dominik is winning. Metal Mayhem. I have my reservations about Chad Gable. I think his character sucks. To me, he is a Dollar Tree Kurt Angle without the personality. However, his match with Dragon Lee was absolutely amazing. Your take on the Dollar Tree Kurt Angle, you know what? I think WWE is leading into it, and so I'm okay with it. Someone had to take up the mantle of Kurt Angle, and we all knew it was Chad Gable, so now they're just leading into it with the onesie and everything. No one's ever gonna be Kurt Angle, but Chad Gable, to me, I do like his personality. I like him as a character. Metal Mayhem, we're usually on the same page, but not on this one, and that's okay. We don't have to be, because this is an echo chamber channel. I want you guys to have different opinions. Got the Nation, 2022, Jimmy loved Sami, and Jey hated him. 2024, Jey loves Sami and Jimmy hates him now. How the tables have turned. Can't wait for SmackDown. Can't wait for SmackDown. That's the key. It's must-see TV again. It's must-see TV again. Can't wait for SmackDown. Love Sami's involvement in the Bloodline. Bloodline Sami. The best Sami. Chris Handsome. Damian winning was the worst outcome they could have made. I forgot to put who they could have made. I'm thinking it was Dominik Mysterio. They could have made Dominik Mysterio, in my opinion. Literally, anyone else would have been more entertaining of an opponent. I really think, honestly, I've already said everything I said about Dominik Mysterio. I really would have wished he had a 2-week program as the #1 contender, but Sheamus just seems like he's kind of on a hot streak right now, and I don't know if he's going to get hotter, so this would have been a good opportunity to give it to Sheamus and then let Damian chase it just a little more. Luck as Neo. The Fatal 4-Way was fantastic. Agreed. The weird thing to me is that this Monday Night Raw was a better show than Crown Jewel. You know what? Now that you say it, yeah, it was definitely a better show than Crown Jewel. I did not hate Crown Jewel, though. A lot of people thought I did because I hated the Gunther ending. I didn't want Gunther to lose. However, I actually thought it was an okay show. But Monday Night Raw was way better. It had laughs, it had intrigue, it had suspense, and most of all, it had that Uso Sami segment, which, oh my god, was so good. But yeah, everything was great about it. Bronson Reed destroyed everybody. The Fatal 4-Way was good. One of the better Raws of the year, in my opinion. Sorry, 1800. When Gunther basically said that wasn't a fluke, that Cody won, and saying they both need to do better, Ludwig looked like, what? What is this guy talking about? Kaiser is turning on Gunther. Yeah, definitely turning on Gunther, and my fear is, are they turning Gunther face? I don't want that. I don't even want Tweener. If he's going to be this bad guy that still respects the game of wrestling, I'll be okay with it. But for real, don't turn Gunther. If you gotta separate them, then just separate them. Have Gunther say, you know what, you're on your own now, and they can both be bad guys, but do not turn Gunther good. In fact, don't turn Kaiser good either. He has that you know, that face you want to smack. Comic Head 8431, I wouldn't mind seeing Solo and Roman putting their beef aside over their shared hatred of Sami Zayn and perhaps beat him up with a leather belt together for getting involved in family business. Would be a nice bonding moment. Who knows? Maybe that's the one thing that unites the bloodline. Both bloodlines, their hatred of Sami. I love Comic Head's hatred of Sami Zayn. This is his second comment that is just so graphic in regards to beating up Sami Zayn. It's hilarious because as much as Comic Head hates Sami Zayn, I equally love Bloodline Sami Zayn, and it's like, it's kind of crazy because I feel like we have a lot of the same likes and tastes, and we usually are on the same page. So it's kind of like, you ever meet somebody and you are just like completely clicking with them and everything you guys match 1-to-1, and then you find out that they're a flat earther or they're a vegetarian and you're like, wait a second, what? And yeah, so that's how we are. We totally agree on almost everything, but then we get to Sami Zayn and he hates him and I love him, and that's just great. Oathkeeper. Poor mini Chad Gable. Not only did he lose his match, he got absolutely destroyed by R-Truth. That was hilarious. Yeah, R-Truth killed him. That was so funny. Hey, it's mini Kurt Angle. And then Chad Gable, he equally was funny, where it was like, you know, that's what you do when you don't have a really good comeback. You just like fake laugh at them. And then what the best part was, then he's like, our truth, like more like our lies. And then even his blind loyalty follower, Ivy Nile, was like, yeah, that wasn't funny. So that was great. That was great. And yeah, I love also Chad Gable saying, where were the Creed brothers? And then her like, he got married over the weekend. What? Priorities. Yeah, Chad Gable, I hope he punishes the Creed brothers for not being there. Marriage or not, priorities, guys. Put your marriage aside for America. Oathkeeper. Not only should Damian not have won, he shouldn't have been in it. Why does he get a #1 contender match for losing? Okay, so earlier we talked about Dominik getting a #1 contender match for the #1 contenders match. I was okay with it, but you're right here. Damian probably shouldn't have been in it because he just flat out lost. And while that wasn't a stipulation of their match, it should have been a consequence of the match. So I do get what you're saying. Oathkeeper, I wanted to see the world champion chicken heel power couple, to be honest. Oh, yeah. There's a part of me, there is an evil part of me that wants Dominik to be world champion right now. It's just this chaos part of me that wants it. So those are your hot takes for Monday Night Raw. Hope you enjoyed the video. I really loved yesterday's episode. For a taping episode of Raw, it was amazing and awesome. And you guys, your comments, you gals, your comments, they were amazing and awesome, just like you always are. I appreciate every single one of you, except for maybe that person over there. But everybody else, you're awesome. I acknowledge you, and I acknowledge Jey Uso. Yeet, my friend, yeet. Thank you for sticking up for your brother, Sami Uso. Guys, girls, have a good day.